Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean. Please welcome my very special co-host for this beautiful Magic Monday special, Wisdom Seeker Joan and Terri from Kigaroos. Say hi, ladies.
Oh, hi. Hi.
Hi, it's good to see you.
And how is it in your area there, Terri, Suzuki? You're in the Pacific Northwest, is that correct?
Yes, I'm in the Pacific Northwest. It is overcast today, but still warm, which is a little odd. Feels cold inside. My house hangs on to the cold. Oh, well, it hangs on to the warm. Whatever's in it, it hangs on. And it's probably warmer outside than in right now.
And
Yes,
how about you, Joan? What is the weather like you're in the central?
right. I'm in Minnesota and it's just lovely. It's sunny and not humid for once, and probably upper 70s or around 80. So it's a beautiful, beautiful day.
Wow,
How about you, Jean?
beautiful.
Yeah.
I am right outside of Washington, D.C., in the state of Maryland, and it is 80 degrees and sunny, but it's quite cool, the little breeze. So I had to turn my fan down because I was getting a little chilly in the house, which it was very cool over the weekend. Aw, Craig Dixon is here. Lottie B is here. Jen Bowles, Sarah Bridget is here. So nice to see everybody. Wow, everybody popped in all at once. I think what happens is there's like maybe like a 20-second delay on the notifications. I think that's what it is. That's not why we talk about the weather sometimes, but that's how we like to get started. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, did you
Yeah.
see what Stu Toffee said?
Is she here?
Yes, she says you were correct with your pendulum, Jean.
You know what? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, I was worried. I'm like, I can't see her. Okay, so Sue, you will have to let us know what you. Oh, if it was whether you could move with the cats, and when you were going to move. I think that's what it was, and I was checking all that with the pendulum. So let me know if it had to do with your move. I think that's what it was about, if I remember correctly. And Cody Mitchell is here, and Maria Marino is here, and Jenny Berlin. Aw. Oh yeah, Maria. I was just noticing that, even though they said that she's prepping for the hurricane down in southern Louisiana, and I did notice that because Sherry Voices from the Swamp is down there as well, and they say, "Oh, it's just going to be a mild hurricane," and I'm like, "Is there any such thing as a mild hurricane?" And it's only going to be a Category 1, but I think we need to keep an eye on everything and not just say, oh, it's going to be light or little. You never know, what's going to happen. So I think it's always good to be safe rather than sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have hurricanes in the Pacific Northwest, so I'm out of touch with
Yep.
what you have to do.
Yeah, I remember there was one in that came through Pennsylvania, and it's quite rare. And oh, she's from Maryland. Sarah's from Maryland as well. All right, very good. I got your question there, Sarah. So, I do remember that there was a hurricane. It was a very windy and lots of rain, and I was out in it because I mean, this was like back when I was in my maybe mid-20s or something, and I'm like driving around. I'm like, it's really raining a lot. I'm like, but typically it's only on the coast, but it came inland, like the whole big thing came inland, and it was sort of right over us, and I hadn't realized. But that was one that was quite memorable. But now that I'm older and wiser, I stay in and batten down the hatches. Bring the trash cans in, anything that's a projectile we bring in,
Oh,
because
yeah.
those winds can get
Yeah.
pretty severe. But it's a lovely Monday here. And thank you everybody for being here. And I do have a couple of questions that we can go ahead and get started with. And we're still taking questions. Feel free and pop um, in caps if you would like a message from your loved one, please let us know the name and relation. If you would like a message from spirit guides, or if you have a question, we're taking those questions as well, and the questions are chosen at random. Thank you very much.
Jean, can I ask a question of you? Can you hear the noise in my background? Can you hear?
I cannot. Can
Okay.
you hear it, Joan? I cannot.
Somebody,
A little bit, but
a
that's
little
okay.
bit. I'm going to mute between because somebody is chewing up trees outside.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with Lottie B. She says, worried about a situation my extended family is about to go through. Does Spirit have any messages, and will there be justice in some way?
Okay.
Well, it's hard to without a lot of information, but let's just see what the energy is like around that. Hi, Jen. Mhm. So I'm going to connect to it's about my niece, if that helps. Okay. About Lottie B's niece, the
Okay.
situation that her niece is about to go through. Will Lottie B's niece come through this favorably? Will this situation result in a favorable outcome for Lottie B's niece? Yes. So will Lottie B's niece have to go through some terrible things as a result of this situation? And that's my no. I just like to ask the opposite, just to make sure. And it says no terrible things. And it looks like will Lottie B's niece be able to receive justice? And I'm getting a yes. So I think you may have already known that too, Lottie B. They're telling me that this is almost like you were just getting a second opinion, or you were just getting validation about what you were already sensing. So how about you, ladies?
I was just doing the pendulum and got what you got, but before that, I was tuning in and I saw a tornado, and it was a tornado, from up high, just going along the ground, and so in some ways, and what I was hearing was, a tornado is nobody's fault. It's just something you have to go through and clean up afterwards. And nobody blames the tornado. It's too bad it happened, but sometimes these just things happen in our lives. But then when I actually asked the question about your niece, I got the same answers that Jean did. So maybe this, whatever it is on her life's plan, and it's something that she needs to go through. But it's nice to know that there's a propensity, a significant propensity that things are going to work out. But yeah, it's just one of life's challenges, I'm afraid. But I'm sorry that she and your whole family are having to deal with this.
Yeah.
She said tornado is a good description.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's not, I shouldn't say, oh, good. That's not a good way to have to describe it. But I also believe this is going to turn out fine. I did not go to my pendulum, but I just took a look and they showed me that they're not using your bodies, but they're showing me like a quartz crystal that represents you, Lottie B. And it's a beautiful light blue, and it's a little bit larger. And then your niece is right beside you, and she's a quartz crystal, and she's a yellow, and they're both pointing towards the future. And what I'm just seeing is that everything's going to be fine. And to me, these quartz crystals also are talking about vibration and stuff, that you're going to be support for her. The blue of your quartz crystal makes me feel like that kind of Mother Mary energy, that healing, that really responsive energy, that is going to help be, care for her a bit. And if she's the one going through it, she's got the gold energy, but I can see that the crystals vibrate well together. So I think that you're going to help her a lot. So.
It's a beautiful visual. Mm-hmm.
There's so many people going through challenges at this time, but I think cumulatively, people are going through difficult things as part of this transition and this ascension, having to break things down so you can build up something new. And each of us in our own little snowflake way is doing it in our own way, but it's all overall, even though difficult to go through, it's all contributing to a better future for us all.
Yep. She says that's beautiful. And I think that that's a good way. Like when you feel like you can't do anything or you feel helpless that there's somebody else is going through something and you're saying prayers, but you also want to be able to visualize that crystal and her crystal and you vibrating with that crystal. I think that energy and that frequency and that visualization is such a beautiful tool or something for us to focus on. It's our intention, and I thought that was really a beautiful tool that you offered there, Terri.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for popping in your questions. All right, so next we have Maria Marino, and she says, "Hi, ladies. Can my spirit guides give me some kind of direction to my next phase in life?" So what I'm hearing for you, Maria, is that each phase in life is one day at a time. It is we create uh, our own future, so to speak. There's not really a future, but our own reality and our own, I guess, our own energy around us each day at a time, each decision. So they want you to, the direction is now. It's like everything is now. The future is now. The next is now. How are you making your decisions today? What is it that you was life affirming for you or that was progressive or supportive to you today and now? They want you to really look at each day in the now moment is where all the power, all the energy, all the decision making is. And it's okay to have plans and a goal, but they want you to live today, for today, each day. And this is what they want you to sort of remind you about. How about you ladies?
Well, I got Curious George on my stage. The book with the man, the tall man with did he have a yellow hat or a white hat? I think a yellow hat, and George. And I think that they're telling me kind of you're George, and the white-headed man is them. And they're saying that you are off on your next adventure. And this is going to be a fabulous adventure. And remember how these stories went. The white-hatted man took care of George and did a lot for George. And then at one point in the story, vanishes for a second, and George has to go on his own little excursion. And then the white-hatted man comes back to help him. So they're just saying, don't worry about it. We're with you all the time, but there's still going to be some learning points that will be yours and yours alone because you're the one learning. And remember, there's no bad story about George, so there's no bad story about you either.
That's beautiful. What I got right away was a measuring device. It was longer than a yardstick, but rather than being like that real type that you pull out, it was collapsible. So every 6 inches or so, it would be straight and then it would collapse. And so it was showing, and what came through was they were very, very happy in the way you phrased this, that you said, for the next phase of my life. So the whole measuring device was a tape. That's what I'm trying to say. It was your whole life, but it was being measured out in like 6 inches at a time, and they were distinct. And so they're like, yay, you're seeing this as just, you're not saying, I'm making a decision that I'm going to have to be doing this for the rest of my life. And it's so important. Kind of like if you're taking a class or you're going to college and having to choose a major and you're young and it's like, I don't know what I'm going to want to do when I'm 45, but you're thinking, what's the next phase? And it might not be for the rest of my life, but what's this next phase, that you understand that it's in phases. So they're saying, yay, yay for you on that. And then they showed me another vision of the same thing, which is a pair of shoes going kind of heel to toe, and just keep measuring out your life. And you can decide how long that the measuring thing is, if it's 6 inches, if that's 6 months or 6 years or whatever, and how long the shoes are or whatever. But just think about a time in the future that you can manage, and then inject joy and happiness. And it's like, oh, well, I can figure out the next month. That's no big deal. What can I do that's going to be fun and delightful and one step at a time? Exactly. And cling to that feeling of excitement and creativity and joy. And then you just do it again for the next whatever time period you choose. And that's so just don't feel the heaviness and the burden and the onerous responsibility of planning the rest of your life, one step at a time.
That's what Marina says. So one step at a time. Yep. That
Yeah.
and Maria, I mean, I said Maria and Marino at the same time. Maria said one step at a time, but it's it's because they feel it's, and this is not like a blanket answer for everybody. It's because they feel a daunting sort of, pressure or, responsibility, or that you should know. This is why they're telling you this right now, Maria, is to try and lighten up and allow for things to unfold. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Make sure that you're happy each and every day, and that you're, cultivating a positive and beneficial environment for yourself each and every day. And this will unfold for you. They want us to relax and go with the flow. So all of these things, and that's especially, that's what I feel. It's especially for Maria at this time. So thank you very much for your feedback and for your question. Next, we have Craig Dixon. And Craig says he forgot to ask, do we have to worry about those holes outside in his yard? He's noticing some holes outside in his yard, and they look like gopher holes, but he also has been warned that they could be some sort of nefarious energies. But he just wanted to know what we are picking up about the holes in his yard. So let me just see. So are the holes in Craig's yard made from a human? No. Are the holes in Craig's yard made to hold negative energy? No. Are the holes in Craig's yard made by the critters and rodents in his area? I'm getting a yes, that it's more of a critter. Are the holes in Craig's yard something he needs to worry about? No. So is there any energetic frequency that is holding is there any negative frequency that is holding in these? No. Nope. I'm not getting any. How about you ladies?
I'm getting no. I'm getting his dad is on it. His dad is patrolling the edge of his property all the time. His dad's on it. It's fine.
Yeah, I got it was from an animal, and I got the suggestion to put garlic in them.
Oh,
So I don't know if that would work or not, but that's what came through. But no, I also got that it wasn't an energetic thing, and it was from an animal, a gopher, or some other critter.
Yep. So thank you very much for that follow-up question, Craig. All the best to you. You're so very much admired and appreciated here. So thank you for your question. That was wonderful. So Sarah, okay. So I think Sarah actually gave us a different. Sarah, if you're here, just say hello. I just want to make sure because this is a mediumship question. And after Sarah is Jen Bowles. Um, um, aw. I'm sorry. You know what? I wasn't in the beginning. Is Sarah around? Hi, Sarah Bridget. If Sarah Bridget, you're still here, just say hi.
yeah, I don't. I've kind of gone back a bit. I don't see her for a little while.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll hold on to that. And so Jen, just say hello. And after Jen, I have Chris Queen. So Jen and Chris Queen, just say hello. Okay, so Jen's here. She says, any messages from her mom, Diane? Okay. Thank you, Jen. So your mom, Diane, comes with a little bit of a heavy heart feeling. Was there some sort of devastation around her passing? Was there some sort of a accident or some sort of a mistake that caused I don't feel there's something that she's coming through with a little bit of regret, almost like she didn't receive the appropriate diagnosis or the appropriate care, or maybe she something happened. There was some sort of an accidental unnecessary, like I feel like she passed before her, not before her time, but unexpectedly. And she is just wanting to say that she's sorry that she's not there to support you and the kids. She wanted to be there, and she is saying that she is there. She's saying you think that she's not there. I am here. And she says, you worry, you have this, I think it's your heavy heart about her. Something happened, either you weren't there or something happened when you weren't there, or I'm not sure what that is, but it's your heavy heart that I'm feeling. She's telling me. She's saying it's Jen's heavy heart about my passing. She's saying that she is there with the kids. She's not missing out on anything, and that she is at peace and has a bright and vibrant energy now. So your mom is very able and capable of connecting with you and assisting you, Jen. This is what she's saying. Oh, no. Well, you mean that wasn't the cause of her passing, though? Oh, she was in hospice. Okay. Okay. Oh, after that she snowballed. Well, it's your heavy heart that you feel that around her passing, I think, Jen, is what she's saying. But she just wants you to know that she's vibrant and better now and very much able to connect and support you. How about you ladies?
Well, that makes sense because one thing that I saw was like her feet on a rug, just like on a throw rug, and then someone pulling the rug out from under her and she fell. And so it was unexpected. Not that that literally happened, but it was unexpected and it involved kind of an injury like that. But I also saw right away, I saw tulips. So I don't know if this happened in the spring or if she or you have a spring birthday. I don't know if tulips are of concern or a significant image for you. And I also was hearing her say, don't worry, she's fine. And I don't know if it's from her or from your father or someone in the family is worried about an inherited illness, maybe Alzheimer's, because I kept getting this feeling in the top of my head, kind of the right side of my head. And she said, you don't have to worry about that. You just don't give it any concern. So if someone's worried about that, I might be off on that. But and I also got, okay, the hummingbird. Release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy is on the way. And that's kind of the feeling I was getting from her too. She's there for you.
She
Yes,
said
it is
yes, that
spring. Or
somebody's worried about that. Wow.
good, good. How about you, Terri?
Well, she is, Diana's showing me this purple ribbon, this kind of light lavender purple ribbon that keeps moving around. It, as I'm watching it, it makes me like sad at times. It makes me happy at times. At one point, she says it is also my favorite color, and it just I'm not really quite sure what this ribbon means. They're not giving me much more to go on that, other than I think she's really saying with this, I'm here. I'm still, I'm still interacting and being part of it. And yeah, I do think the purple ribbon has something to do with this, the sadness of just that kind of really unexpected way to go. So, okay, that's all I'm getting.
Thank you, Terri. She goes, oh my God, you're right on. She said, yes, Alzheimer's on both sides.
Oh,
Yeah, it's hard not to worry about that. But there's been lots of interesting things happening. And by the time the next generation is coming along, there'll be more options. So be like the hummingbird and just enjoy life.
yeah.
Thanks, Jen.
Yep. It was interesting, very interesting. Your mom taught me something new. And thank you very much for that question. And your mom's very, very generous in helping us, Jen. So thank you. Okay, so Chris Queen is next. And after Chris Queen is Shandy. Shandy, if you're still here, just say hello. And thank you very much, Sue Toffee, for your donation. That's very generous. You're going to be coming up in a couple more. I'll let you know. So Chris Queen is now, Shandy is next. And then we'll go from there. Does husband Bill want to tell anything, like how he's doing? Aw. His Bill passed, I think, a year ago or two. Oops.
Yeah, I get the feeling that Bill's kind of a real laid back guy. He looks comfortable, he looks happy, but he just feels really laid back. Like he wasn't a man to get too bothered by things. And what he's telling me is that he has been looking around. There's a lot to explore over there. And I feel like he's been doing a lot of exploration, and I get the feeling a little bit that he's saying that he's hiked, he wants to do a little fishing. This is not the first time I've talked to somebody over there. They said they're fishing. They like the fishing over there. Um, but he's doing very, very well. It feels like he's just exploring things. Yeah.
Beautiful. Right away, my heart chakra lit up so much. There's so much love for you there. And then it started to feel not just warm, but heavy, like he's concerned that you're still feeling heavy hearted about this, which is understandable. I certainly understand that. But he's just sending lots of love. And when I drew some cards, the first one I got is temperance. And I don't think he's telling you anything about what we usually think about temperance, but just balance, and that it's time to kind of that you're kind of, both you and he are sort of living in two worlds at once. The before and the after, and figuring out the new now. And and he's kind of saying, don't let anybody tell you what to do. Just find your own balance, find your own path to the sunshine back there. And then I got the parrot, let go of thoughts and opinions. It's time to embrace who you really are. So there's no one right way to do this. There's no one right way to do grief, or to be widowed, or however it works out. So just figure out what's right for you, and right for you right now. You don't have to, like in the last reading, make a decision for the rest of your life. But he's going to be there for you. And okay. And if it comes to pass that you find new love, he wants you to know it's not a betrayal to him. He wants you to be happy. And yeah, and feel free to just talk to him about it.
So, Joan, would you do me a small favor and show us that temperance card again?
These
Yep.
are so old, they're all chewed up. Yes.
That's what I wanted to show, is the imperfection, the tear on the card. The temperance is imperfect. There is no right way, no one way of doing this, being widowed, a widow. There's no one way of doing it. Do it your own way, Chris. And he wants you to know that he is very much waiting for you, watching over you. And I think that he's fishing and hiking there where you are. I believe Chris is just really enjoying the outdoors. And he wants you to know that he's still there with you. He still lives life through your eyes. He wants you to know that he wants you to take care of yourself. And he wants you to do now what you maybe you couldn't have done before. And there's no judgment, there's no right or wrong. There's no now is your time to shine, to explore, to create, to make decisions on your own. Because as we are with our loved ones for so many years, having consideration for another person all of that time, he wants you to know that now is your time. Now is your time to shine, to flourish, to explore, and to really express your own spirit. And he's saying, don't be afraid to ask for what you want. He just wants you to live life to the fullest and be happy and be expressive and be courageous and be adventurous. He's saying this is your time. And he's loving the way you are staying active and marching on. He's saying you're marching on and being courageous. But he's saying that sometimes you may say, oh, people might talk, or oh, somebody might say. Don't worry about what other people say. Don't worry about what other people's opinions might be. He's saying live life on your own terms. And I think he's talking about this stuff. I think he's talking about like spiritual stuff. I think he's talking about like if you want to maybe go to a medium in your area or something, or maybe go to a psychic fair in your area, or look in, like, don't worry about what other people might say about you doing this. And even like if it's your family, your kids saying, oh, mom, what are you doing this? What are you, don't, if you feel the calling, if you feel like you are a light worker, if you feel like you're remembering past lives, he wants you to explore this interest in your life. If you want to learn how to paint that you've never painted before, whatever it is, he wants you to be creative and really just follow your bliss and live your life to the fullest. And this is him living life vicariously through your own eyes. But he's watching, he has your back, and he's going to be there for you for sure. And I think that you do sense him around you, is what he's telling me as well, that he is around you. All right, very good. So everybody is saying is giving you condolences and support there. We do have many community members here who have gone through the same thing, Chris. So thank you very much for your question. I don't see, did we see any feedback? I know it's hard, Chris, sometimes. I don't think I missed any of her feedback.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
that was good of you to bring up the chewed up card. Like all of us who have lost people, and we all have at a certain point, you can feel kind of beat up, but the power of that message was still in that card for her. And just so are we. We are still powerful people. There's
yeah.
Chris. Thank you. I know he'd never leave me. Perfect.
So sweet. All right. All the best to you, Chris. So Shandy is next, and Shandy did say she was here. And after Shandy is Sue Toffee. She says, my mom transitioned to the other side and my family is devastated. Jerry Lee Clements, if you guys have time. Jerry Lee is her name. How long ago did she pass, Shandy? Let's see if we can continue connect with Jerry Lee. It's funny, it's one letter off from Terry Lee.
Yeah.
2 years, yeah. No, we understand. It wrecked everyone. She was very special. We understand. Thank you. It's still devastating.
Well, I've got something from Jerry already. Jerry Lee is the first thing she showed me was some gray leather boots, kind of, and they had like silver buttons on them. And she said very gently, not meanly. This could be me, mean sound. Very gently, she says, "Put on your big girl boots, honey. Put on your big girl boots now." She says, "I have passed on all of my um, information and knowledge that you need. You have everything you need. That there's no other than the hole in your heart because my body's gone." She said, "There's no other holes. I've passed on all the knowledge that you need to keep going." And this sounds like she's talking to a little girl, but she's like, "Oh, my good girl, my good girl." That, that's what I
Yeah.
got.
She said, oh my God, that's her, very blunt. And she said, yes.
Yeah. Were you finished, Terry?
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I got this vision right away. First, I thought they were apples because they're all these little round fruits just kind of rolling across the screen of what I'm seeing. And no, they weren't apples. It was like a peach, an apricot, and a plum. All these ripe, perfect sort of pitted fruits. And that's what she was drawing my attention to. That they're soft and even furry and sweet, sweet, sweet on the outside, but they have that pit that's like a stone. They're called stone fruits for a reason. And she said, I don't know if this was her, where she was soft and sweet and had all that loving lovey juiciness for the people she loved, but she had a spine of steel. And she said, you have this too. Don't feel like you're just this soft, sweet thing. You have that inner pit that will break people's teeth if they try to bite into it. And use both of those traits, the just the alluring sweetness just lures people in and they love to be around you. Even the scent of those fruits is so wonderful. It just attracts people. And yet there's that strength, that inner strength. So I hope that has some meaning to you, but that's all I was getting from her. That, and definitely sending love. What else was it? The first thing that came through, the third eye and my throat chakra are lit up, and I was hearing, hold the vision, feel the love. So, and speak it out. So, and then I got all the fruit. So I'm not sure what that means for you. I also got from the angel card, the Archangel of Freedom, enliven your senses. And just that feeling of freedom is so, so beautiful, to just kind of set yourself free from the grief and just feel. And then the grouse from the feathers deck, embrace the power of dance and movement to access your guidance. So let your feelings be free, and just kind of movement to get to kind of shake off the feeling of grief and to move on to the next steps. But she'll never forget you, and she'll always be there with you. Yeah. I hope that was helpful, Shandy.
Well, that's beautiful. So she says, I asked out loud recently, you didn't teach me how to live without you. And she whispered, but yes, I did. Isn't that's what you ladies were saying as well? And she said she also had plates that had those three fruits and the decoration on them. But yes, it makes exact sense. Very hard cover, but so much love. It was overwhelming. And she says, I have been having visions and visitations, but I can't hold them for longer than a second. My brain kicks in.
Yeah.
That's about right. That's about right, and it's about focus too. So, Shandy, that's really beautiful. That I mean, it's a bittersweet, because it's bitter because it's such a trauma and such a devastating event for us. But it's a little bit sweet because it allows us to open up to that new awakening on the other side of the devastation. Is that awakening that we are more than just this container here, and this human container, that we all have a soul, and that the lives on. We all live on, and that the connection with your mother lives on. And I got that she was very young at heart, and she was very much like a spitfire. She told me strong and sweet. And this is exactly what Joan was saying, sweet yet hard, strong and sweet. Like, I wrote it, yeah. I did say that she was the perfect balance between the two. And she lived her life, and she had challenges. She had a difficulty. She had struggles. She didn't have it easy. There was things that she fought against, things that she was always striving to, get ahead, or to improve, or to get better. I feel like there was a very much a struggle, not struggle, but challenges that came in her life. And I do feel like she had a difficult beginning, like in her late teens, early 20s, maybe. There was something that from that moment on, she felt like she had like to I don't know if her parents died early, or if there was some sort of tragedy around her at that time, but there was something that happened in her life that she tried to overcome this her entire life. And this is where she came up with that strength. This is where she came up with that tenacity of, either fly right, or you're not, near me. Like, it was, she had her boundaries, and there was a reason for it. But her example is what teaches you how to live without her. And she's not without you. It's just without her physical vibration here in this world. She is still always and forever connected to you in your thoughts and in your heart. So that's what she wants to say.
Shandy had some beautiful responses.
Yes.
My brother and I were very codependent on my mother before she passed, and everybody thought she was strong before she passed, but somehow went almost crazy with, oh, you guys thought you were strong, and then when yeah,
Mm.
my brother and I chose to live positively going forward and be strong. Her life was hard in my family. Some things happened did you could only hear about on TV for most people. Oh gosh.
Wow.
I couldn't even mourn her for days because she was so present.
Wow.
Her life
Oh,
was so hard in my family. Some things happened. Did you could only hear that? Okay. Yeah. So this is what she was saying, that this was life was not easy for her, but it made her more resilient. It made her much stronger. It made her have to, like, uh yeah, we never know how strong we are until we're called to be strong, you know. It's this is what she's saying, but yeah, and because she fought so hard and tried to make the best out of her life, that when it was not a failure, it was not, she did not give in, she was not um that, like, she did not lose her fight when she transitioned. She was rewarded the everlasting life. She was rewarded the release of her soul, and the release of her struggle is what she was rewarded, and tried to think of her passing as a blessing, as her like she um not that she was awarded this beautiful gift for having lived such an honorable life, and she was released from the struggle and the challenge in this world. Oof.
Wow. And I think Shandy was saying the people that she and her brother thought were really strong fell apart. And yet she and her brother, because they maintained a positivity, and we're kind of afraid, oh, we're really codependent on our mom, but they were able to get through it. And just, she sounds like just a wonderful person.
mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep, she gave more in this life than most people do in 100.
Oh,
This is what she,
tough.
yep, the struggle she told me about. I'm so happy for her that she's not in physical pain. Yeah, just think of, she wants you to think of her passing as not a failure, or not a, that she lost her fight. It was that she was rewarded for a life well lived, and that she was released from the burdens here and is now at peace, for sure. Beautiful. Wow.
Oh, blessings to you, Shandy, and your family.
Yes.
Okay, so Sue Toffee is next, and she says, Jean, mom's name is Va, and she passed. Please, can you channel her? And then she says, I don't know if I saved that. She said she passed in 2012, and she called her Mama Lee. I don't know if I think I tried to, hopefully.
I think in another one, she said her mother's name is Van.
Oh, here she said Mama Lee. Okay.
Mama Lee.
Okay,
Oh,
Van. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Sue Toffee. Let's see. Thank you, Shandy. You're very welcome. That was sweet of you. Mama Lee, let's go with Sue Toffee. I'm trying to change the energy because that was heavy. That
Yeah.
was a lot.
yeah.
Sue Toffee, Mama Lee. Sue Toffee, your Mama Lee is coming through with like her finger swinging.
Mm-hmm.
She wants you to, like, clean your room and to say your prayers and to, um, you know, be nice to the neighbors. There's some obligations or some appropriateness that she wants you to. You're not obligations, but there's a tradition or a protocol or a way, an expectation of how you should, not should, or that, culturally you would present yourself, or or introduce yourself or to be nice to your neighbors or something about this that she wants you to remember, not to slack off of your protocol or your, I don't want to say obligations, but I don't know of of a nicer word. It's she just wants you to encourage you, and she wants you to be a, a a kind soul to others uh, in your vicinity, other new people that you meet um, in your community. She wants you to work with your community, get out there and be kind to people and to show them your kindness. She said that you have a lot of bright, uh, like sunny disposition. And she says this is something that you need to share with the world. Don't hide away. She wants you to share that with the world. How about you, ladies?
Well, when I got Van coming in, or Mama Lee, oh, she's a firecracker. Now, I could tell she's a very loving person, but she comes in like she's shaking her finger, just like you said. She's like, sit up taller, you know, comb your hair, do this, do that. She's very, very bossy. She's quite bossy because she has this great sense of obligation. There's like just exactly what Jean was saying, obligation to the neighbors, obligation to those around you. Um, you know, talk right, be right. Uh, but she says it in such a way that she's also like chucking you under the chin a little bit, or like she's saying something as she's in passing, but she puts her hand on you just a little bit, so you know that she still loves you, even though she's saying things that may be a little bit hard. Yeah, and then she's telling me like, so she has a really different point of view than I think I've seen before. But life is supposed to be hard, so you come over here and you have rest. I am having a good time. I have rest, and hmm, I, I'm with my ancestors. I've done the proper obligation. She's into the obligation for sure. So she's good. She's absolutely fine over there, and feels like she's done a very good job in life and in raising you. So I hope that you understand that.
Beautiful. Well, Sue, when I tuned in, the first thing I saw was like your head and then this funnel, but it wasn't a metal funnel and it was going up, up, up to her. And, but it was sort of like filmy and not a rigid funnel. But so your mom was on the other side and she was saying she's sending you thoughts down this funnel. And she made me think of something that I always used to say when I was raising my kid, that I thought raising a kid was you just open up your head and you put in my thought. I put in my thoughts and ideas of what he should do. And then, yep, that's all you have to do. And I found out that in my case, that wasn't true. But she said, now I can do that. I can really give you my thoughts and put them in your head and you'll think they're yours. And she feels like almost that she still has you under her thumb a little bit that way. And she's taking great delight in that. And she sometimes you might feel like, oh, that was something that my mom would have said or whatever. But so I think although she might have been kind of strict with you and had certain expectations and everything, she did it with a beautiful heart and really thought that she was doing the best for you and did her best to do right by you. But now she might have a little bit more of a sense of humor about that. But also I got the same message about community. I got the turkey feather. Honor your own time of harvest, offer your gifts and blessings as a service for the greater good. So that message about community came through her too. But she's sending great love. And let's see. Oh, also I saw a white apron, like a chef's apron, not just that you put her over the front and it goes down the front and you tie it in front. And she said, I don't know if she wore an apron like that, but she said, put on your apron and get to work. Get messy, get into it, get your hands into it. And don't worry about things getting messy. Just dig into life and do, I actually heard her say, and do what I tell you to do. Do the right thing. Do what I say. So she's still sending you, she's still mothering you in just her own unique way. What a lovely, lovely person.
That was so beautiful, ladies. Yeah, she was coming through like a champ for sure.
Yes.
Very
Mhm.
very strong spirit, Sue. Beautiful. Thank you very much for your question. And I'm looking for dog lover or love, Love, love. There's a LUV and there's a LOVE. And okay, so dog lover is here. Thank you very much. So dog lover says, can I get a message from spirit about my health? And her name is Dee. And what we're going to do is just like your energy. And love is still here. So love, you'll be next. Thank you. Um, energetically, energetically about love. I mean about dog lover D. I get nutrition right away, D. I get there's something that's bothering you that you're eating that is pulling down your energy. It's really important that as humanity evolves, as we move into this next frequency and vibration, it's really important for us to get the rest, drink the water, purified food. Don't try and like we can't do the beer and chips anymore. And I'm not saying that beer. I'm just saying like we can't. That was then. That was at that lower frequency. At the higher frequency, at the new uh dimension, the new energy that's out here right now, it's a much higher frequency and we need a higher grade of food. And they're reminding me and they want me to share, and it's really nothing I expected to share, but I'm actually doing that celery juice. It's not really a cleanse, I'm just adding it. I'm not doing only celery juice, I'm just having it like in the morning. It's supposed to help you, like your gut health, and help you with your dependency or balance your sugars and stuff. But I just thought I would try it. It's really good. I feel revitalized when I drink these green. I'm putting in parsley sometimes and lemon sometimes. And I'm not really suggesting that you try that, but they are saying that higher vibrational foods, whole grains, whole fruits and fresh vegetables and fruits, and it's something that they're not saying to take away anything. They're just saying try and add something that is more nutrient dense, and it would really help your vitality, because sometimes when we eat frozen processed stuff, our vitality really does dim down. But they want you to shine. They want your energy is and vibration is raising, but your energy is not able, but it's sort of working overtime in order to keep up. And they want you to know that just simply increase your quality of food, your quantity of food, make sure you're sleeping well, make sure, all of these things is what I'm feeling for you, Dee. How about you, ladies?
Well, I'm getting that it, what they're showing me is that there seems to be some sort of resistance to what her doctor wants to do. And it's not that you're not doing the things. It seems like there's some sort of medicine that they'd like to add in, but that you're kind of resisting. And I think they'd like you to reevaluate that to see if that will work for you. So it feels they keep bringing a friend of mine's up. They keep bringing her up that she wouldn't take Ozempic because she thought I should wait till later in my life for that, because I don't want to run out of things to do. And yet it was the right time for that. And finally she gave in and took it, and she likes it, and it's helping her a lot. And so I feel like it's something like that, that they want you to do something and you don't want to do it. and they want you to kind of give up on that resistance a little bit. The other thing they showed me is that 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 your health that okay, I'm not sure how they're showing me that you have your health is going to hold out for quite a long time. It it's not as whatever's going on is not quite as bad as you think. Like I could go tomorrow. No, it's not like that. They're showing me quite a while. I mean, looking looking at what they're showing me, it seems quite a while. So take good care of yourself because you have to last a while. So
Yeah, I was getting something similar. First of all, I got my head was hurting here, so I don't know if headaches are part of this. And then I pulled a card and I got the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it goes this way. And to me, in this instant, that means, yeah, the decisions you make now will have an influence on the future. So whatever that is, if that means just cleaning up your diet or making sure your diet of activity, rest, and exercise and good food, that now's the time to kind of take a look at that. And also, I got, after doing those things, I also got the Archangel of Strength. And it says the message there is unleash your magic. So when you get the body part working, then you can really unleash your magic, and your body and spirit will work together in collaboration a little bit better, and everything will be kind of in sync a little bit more. So I'm sorry that wasn't more specific, but that's kind of generally what they're saying.
And energetically too, dog lover. I feel like working on your chakras and doing your meditation and taking salt baths and doing the sage and the Palo Santo. Make sure you're working on your energetic health as well. It's really important, and it's a big part of it, and it's more and more important for all of us as well. But
Jean, can I add one thing too? I forgot to say this, and it wasn't until Joan showed her angel card. They also said, call in a specialist angel, employ the unemployed angels in whatever specialty your health is having trouble with, and you'll see results fast. So just ask for, like, if something's wrong with your heart, ask for a heart specialist angel to come in and help you, and you're going to see some results.
wonderful. That's very important. Thank you very much. Thank you, dog lover. All right. So I'm not sure if that made sense to you. And I just wanted to say, Tara, you made me laugh so hard. And she said, Jeepers, I'm late. I'm like, isn't Jeepers like Scooby Doo or something? That's the last time I heard somebody say Jeepers. That was so cute, Tara. Thank you for making me laugh, because I just about busted out when I read that. Okay, so Love is next. And Love says, greetings, ladies. Is it accurate about me having past life as D?
I bet you she means, is it accurate that she's had a past life as this person named D? Does that right?
Let's see
You
what
mean
she
that
says. You're welcome, dog lover. All the best to you. She says that she's here. Love, let us know if it's. Do you have more of who you were in the past life, or she's saying correct?
Okay, she had a past life as this person named D, but that's a separate.
I mean D as DEE, like a woman, a woman's
Yes,
name?
I'm thinking it's some person whose the first letter of their name is D.
Uh,
If you can give us a little bit more information, we'll be able to try and tune into a little more specific answer for you, love.
I wonder if you mean with D, because that would make sense. Because one soul can't be another soul.
the first letter is D. Can you tell us if it's a woman or a man? Not quite enough information to go off of.
Okay.
Okay.
A
Oh,
woman.
okay. It's like that.
I am seeing that what I'm seeing is you and this person named D are dancing together, like one of those dances where you're holding your hands like this crosswise and just your legs are closer together and you're spinning around and around. So to me, that means yes, they've been around together many, many times. And sometimes you're the same gender, sometimes you're opposite genders, sometimes you're, all the different combinations and permutations, mother and child, father and daughter, or blah, 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 all siblings, that you and this person named D have been around together many, many times. And now I'm just watching you do some sort of country swing or something like that. Lots of, anyhow, yeah. So you've got these steps down.
I got the very same thing. Again, other positions, you're not always the same. But what I did get that was interesting is it's always in love. It's a love relationship, mother and child, father and child, or husband and wife. Yeah, it's always in love. So that's interesting because sometimes you don't see that.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's her name.
Oh,
Isn't that funny? We didn't even realize that.
yeah.
So, love, I feel like you've had a lot of adventures. I feel like you have been here on Earth during many important times of in history. Uh, that's funny. The first thing I saw is the Titanic. So I don't know if you were on a boat or on a boat that sunk or if you were on the Titanic, but there's important times in history, like historic. And this is you like to live life during the time in history where it's notable, and that's why you're here in this lifetime because this ascension and this change in history, moving into the age of Aquarius, and you do. I feel like you have a lot of adventure. You're like, I want to be there and experience that. And I feel like you were even, let me see if there went another lifetime for you.
She
Are
said,
you getting something? What?
her
Oh,
love said definitely could be, as I have a fear of boats and deep waters.
wow. Yep. Well, and that's not the only one. Like they're telling me that you were I'm almost seeing like Lewis and Clark exploration. Like you were like really courageous and sort of like one of the first pioneers to explore um something. I don't think you were Lewis and Clark, but I think that you were an explorer. I think that you were one that would be doing exploring. But you're very adventurous, I feel. And new things, different things that changed history. I feel like you really like to live life during these times. Um, but that's interesting about the fear of boats and deep water. Um, let me just see. Did did love did love have experience a lifetime and was she on the Titanic? Yes. Did she survive on the Titanic? You were not one of the survivors, I'm sorry to say. Um, oh, she says, yes, I would do it as I love exploring too. Yeah, so it's really hard to pinpoint because we live hundreds of lives, and some are simultaneous. Look at my hair. Some are simultaneous, and some are, uh, you know, it's all now. But it's hard to pinpoint that one that started with a D, as we have so many, and the ones that I'm picking up on may be something different than you're picking up on, because there's so many, and the vibration that wants to come through are the ones for me that are sort of have a little bit more of an emotional charge to them, or that it is easy for me to kind of pick up on, where you may be able to go through a past life regression and feel a lifetime as D. She said, the session I did on someone, I asked if they could tell me my name in my first life. They mentioned the name that started with D. I never told anyone that name. Of your first life. Wow.
Uh,
That's
um,
amazing. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well,
Oh, so D is her first life, not a separate person. Got
Yeah.
it.
she wants to. Yeah, I figured out later that she wants to know if she was D. And so after I did my reading, then I went back and asked that with my pendulum, and it said yes. But I do a lot of Akashic Records reading, and I have to agree with Jean that it is very hundreds, if not thousands, of lives. So it's very hard for us to find one life that starts with the letter D. There's probably many lives where your name started with D, um, but that is difficult. What I did get though is that spirit of D has been in your life in love connections. That you've. So I guess in a little ways they're showing me that you were D, in that you've been a woman, you've been a man, you've been a child. You've been all these different positions, but it would be easier if we had the whole name and a little bit more time.
She's never told anybody the name, probably to see if somebody one day might say the name, and then that would validate it for her, which I
Yeah.
understand. And
Yeah.
I've had my own, there are some, you can do past life regressions, you can have it done, but when it comes through you, if you have the hypnosis done and you experience it and you say it rather than somebody else saying about it, it is so much more it's more of an experience that you have rather than somebody else saying it. I do the past life readings where we do it together, but it's not a regression where it comes through you. So the regression is the one that's really life changing, and the one that gives you a different type of perspective.
Well,
So she's
yes,
she
I
does
do past
past life
life
regressions on
regression on
others.
others. How cool.
Oh, yeah. I see. And that's who you asked. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. She's working on getting herself in a deeper trance. Yep.
Oh,
That's the goal. That's the goal. Very good. Very good. Well, thank you for being here, love. And thank you for asking your question. That was really very interesting. Oh, sorry. And different. And I just want to say thank you, Seashell. You're so sweet, sending a super sticker. That was very nice of you. We appreciate that. And very good. So, ladies, I wanted to let everybody know that I am available for private readings, and they can just go to my website, sunpsychicgene.com, and you can see I have 15-minute readings, 30-minute readings, past life. I don't do regressions. I do past life readings and all different kinds. And a lot of the two ladies here, we all studied together, but we all do something a little bit different. And Joan, can you tell them a little bit about how they can get a hold of you, and a little bit about what your offerings are?
Yeah, I do readings, and you can get to them from my web or my YouTube channel. Just go to the description, and underneath on the main page, and there'll be a link to how you can to my booking page. And I do a 1 hour reading on a donation basis, so it's up to you what you want to send. You can wait until after the reading, and it's a 1 hour reading, and basically starts off with just kind of what I envision and kind of give you a general reading, and then we address any kind of questions that you might have.
And
How about
Terry?
You can go to kigaruspiritualjourneys.com, which you can also find on my YouTube page. And like Jean, I have, well, actually like Jean and Joan. So you can get readings at different prices. So mine are all an hour, just whatever price suits you. And if you want, you can also just get specialized readings, like if you just want Akashic records or you just want a spiritual journey, you can get those too.
Wonderful, wonderful. And please do go. We are all simulcasting, but we are on each other's channels. We do round robin, and each one of us takes a turn hosting. So please do go over to Wisdom Seeker Joan and Kikaru Spiritual Journeys and go and make sure you're subscribed over there as well. And Cody wanted to provide some information for us. He says, I think it's important to know if you ask questions about yourself from someone else, you're getting their perspective and bias in that session. That's why it's important to have our own. He says, even though a surrogate can provide deep information still. So yeah, that's what I was feeling too. And thank you very much for pointing that out, Cody. That was really important to say, I think. So yeah, having your own experience is amazing. So but thank you all very much. It was so much fun having our Magic Monday together. We are so excited that everybody's here and everybody's asking your questions. We appreciate each and every one of you for watching now, watching later, and for coming on back. And you ladies will be back on Thursday, I think. Mm-hmm.
I'll be with Heart and Soul Connected, Allie Martin, on her meeting with the mediums on Thursday. Yes.
And I'm not sure when I'm going to be back. I think Friday, maybe.
Yes, we're together on Friday.
And so then I think I'm on this Sunday, right? With Allie at 10.
I'll have to check, but we're definitely here on Friday. You're very welcome. Like Seashell says, thank you, ladies. And Morella's saying bye, lots of love. Oh, that's so sweet.
Thanks.
We really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. And we are looking forward to seeing you again next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.